This is a Looney Studios podcast. Hello and welcome to Aerde Talks. I'm Hunter Looney, the Game Master. This show is here to dive deeper into the world of Aerde, which is traversed in Aerde Tales. I'm joined today by Noah, who plays Salvazar's Siva the First, and Leah, who plays Gamora Galdor. Today we'll be discussing the latest episode of Aerde Tales and more about the character of Salvazar. So I'm going to ask Leah this. What was one of your favorite parts of the last episode?
Well, we fought the, what was it called?
Paluda.
And then we had some of the miners, drag it out for us.
Yeah. Did you liked fighting something, Salvazar?
Yes.
Noah? Yeah. You had to get talked down from getting those crystals from the mine.
It was sad.
Oh, yeah, because she told us not to touch anything else.
Yeah, because y'all would have had to, process them to make them worth stuff.
Yeah.
What did y'all think about the Paluda, the big porcupine dragon-looking thing? I found a picture of it somewhere online and showed you all.
Apparently from the episode, I rolled poorly on my insight check, so
yeah,
all I knew was that it was big.
Yeah, y'all both did not do well. You just at the beginning to know what it was.
Wasn't it history?
And it was nature, I think. I don't remember, but I think it was nature. But then later, you all got enough that I told you it was a Paluda.
Yeah.
So then, do you all have any ideas of what's going on with these weird creatures?
Nope.
What's going?
Not none.
Don't have any ideas even?
Nope.
Okay. You almost died, Gamon, right?
Yep.
Alright, so, as promised, Salvazar gets to answer some questions that are close to what we asked Gamora. So, when we made Salvazar together, you gave me very few things you wanted, much like Leah did. You wanted to be whatever was equivalent to a cat person in the world.
Yes.
You wanted to have gray fur and blue eyes. And you wanted to solely focus on martial arts. But then after we started, you wanted to start learning magic.
Yep.
Because you were like, oh, hey, why do I not get to do magic too, pretty much?
Yeah.
So then we worked out that. You also wanted your character would be pretty self-sufficient and stick to themselves, which you play that character like that pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what other aspects did you have or do you have currently about Salvazar that you may not have shared when you were creating him? Like, what do you think of when you think of Salvazar?
Maybe a big softie, but I don't know.
Like he's secretly a softie, but he tries to be all like, I'm a thief and I work for assassination contracts. I'm real sketchy, but you're really a softie. Yeah.
I think we saw that a little bit with the kids.
Yeah. And with Barnaby sometimes, even though he tries to act all tough with Barnaby. All right, I asked this to Gamora last time. What is Salvazar's biggest strength? Remember, it doesn't have to be physical strength.
Not talking.
Like just hanging back.
Yep.
And observing. Yeah. What's his biggest weakness, though?
Telling the truth.
Because he's been taught
Yeah.
Since birth that to lie so that he can get what he wants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up. But in line with your character's backstory, like, he's working on it. He's trying to. You just had a big conversation with your traveling partner and being truthful. He didn't like it, but he did it, which is a step in the right direction. I thought it was interesting that you wanted to be a cat person or a pumanoid, and you wanted to have gray fur and black stripes. What made you want to do that? Like Noah, what did Noah went through Noah's mind?
I really don't know. I just really wanted to be a cat person because I like cats.
Yeah. It can be as easy as that as have an answer. All right. So, all right, you're a cat person. You got the gray fur. We've established that. What, like, because cat people can have hairstyles too. What, like, length is the fur? Does it have some kind of hairstyle on the top, like a human?
No.
Well, it's just one, like, short, medium, short hair. So he's got short gray fur. What about whiskers? What color are the whiskers?
Black.
Black whiskers. Oh, okay. All right. So, but no, like, little tuft of hair, like, right on the forehead?
Nope.
All right. Does Salvazar have any tattoos?
No.
No, because he just got out of the town, right?
Yeah.
Any birthmarks?
Not that I could see in my fur.
And you're like, when you were visualizing your character,
Yeah.
you're like, I don't think so.
Can you put tattoos on fur?
So, like, here's the deal. Like, people have tattoos, like, under their hair and stuff, right? Or on Earth and stuff, but they generally keep it short or, like, buzzed. If he had short fur, it would be hard to see it. But that could also be a way to, like, secretly have a tattoo for some
like
secret
buzz
reason or
it
something.
and get a tattoo and then grow it back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Be really sneaky. So, you all get wounded and healed and stuff, but you still keep the scars, usually. Having a tough childhood in a town where pretty much you were training to be an assassin from birth, does Salvazar have any, like, cool scars or sad scars or just scars, period?
I want to say almost all of them,
Yeah.
except for mostly the cool scars.
So he just has ones that, like, are sad, like, oh, this is the time I had to fight one of my friends.
Yeah.
Stabby stab game. It's a rough childhood, man.
I know.
Like, they had it rough there.
Yeah, okay.
They're 4-year-old little cat people. Here's some daggers. Play stabby stab. Whoever wins gets extra dessert. Yeah, it was a bad town. All right. So you're dual wielding your katana and a wand. What hands?
Katana in my right and left hand with my wand.
Okay. All right. Now, if you put the wand up and had a dagger out and a katana, does that the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you pick katana in your right hand?
Because that's my strongest hand and it's strong enough to hold up as much weight and be swift with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And katanas also can be used, and if I remember correctly, are usually used two-handed. So if he wanted to get, like, real beast with it, he would just put everything up and just be going two hands. But if he was wanting to dual wield for some reason.
Yeah, we picked same thing to put our
Your dominant hands
strength
are both
in our
right.
dominant hand, yeah.
So broadly speaking, how do you think he felt as he started out on his journey, his Amdala quest, his quest of adulthood?
I don't have to follow any rules.
Which you've been like indoctrinated for 18 years, like, hey, you have to do this when you leave us. And then the second you got out of town, you're like, finally, I don't have to listen to them. Yeah? Yeah. So all right, traveled down the mountains. You arrive at this port city that's where you loaded onto the ship. The second he set foot in that city, what do you think Salvazar was thinking? Like, what do you think he went and did first? That he was out of that town, out of the mountains. He was in a brand new city for the first time.
Look at, like, guild and stuff.
He immediately went to the guild to try to get a little coin in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense because, like, they set you off. They don't give you that much. All right. Your history stat is also one of your lowest. Why do you think Salvazar's history is so low? Like, his knowledge of history is so low?
Because you don't need it when fighting a beast.
Yeah. Or doing an assassination contract or a thieving contract.
Yeah.
Don't need it. Yeah.
You might have known, and same with me, like we might know the histories of our own village, but that's probably it if we were there for...
Pretty much that village he grew up in is like, here's our history. We forever have been the best assassins on the planet. That's what's going to happen. So do it, or you die. It's pretty rough. All right, your performance stat is also your lowest. Why would Salvazar's performance be so low as well?
Being shy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you get into character pretty well of like trying to hang back and only stepping in when either Gamori makes you or you're like, I need to know this information to do this right. So I have to ask a question or something. All right, last stat question. Your animal handling is low. Why would that be? Story-wise.
Because there's not a lot of animals in the mountains.
Yeah, y'all didn't have a lot of like pets and stuff. Yeah, makes sense. Does Salvazar have just like a sense of wonder every time y'all go to a new place? Like, whoa, this is so different.
Not like that, but like more so like, let me check this place out.
Mm-hmm. And try to make himself feel safe.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, this is a question you can answer as honestly as you want since Leah is sitting right here. Does Salvazar view Gamore as a friend at this point? A month in, you all have traveled together and fought together.
Acquaintance.
Yeah. Because, I mean, realistically, besides Mushak, did Salvazar have any other friends?
No.
And
even Mushak was a little sketchy, so...
Like, because y'all had to be. Like, Mushak's probably the closest you could get to something called a friend.
Yeah.
Right? Alright, how do you feel about Pac? Like, not you, sorry. How does Salvazar feel about Pac?
Like, a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
but like, Yoda, you don't really stumble upon that many masters, but when you find the old one that you don't know anything about, they seem to know a lot.
Yeah, y'all, besides him knowing magic, y'all have not asked him that much questions and know that much about his background. And you all rarely ever do insight checks on people to see if they're telling you the truth. So whatever he told you all about used to being a professor and retired and stuff, y'all didn't insight check him, so that may or may not be true. All right, so how do you feel about Omi? So she got asked to join your crew by Gamore and is as you've seen, a competent fighter.
Yeah.
But how does Salvazar view Omi?
I think Salvador doesn't really care.
Like, she helps enough to not want to kick her out.
Yeah.
But if she left one day, he'd just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense for old Salvazar. All right, once again, you can answer this truthfully as you want, since Leah's right here.
Oh my gosh.
Do you feel as if Gamora is a role model for Salvazar?
No.
All right, I will ask you this one that I didn't ask Gamora, because I think you had thought about this a little bit. What is Salvazar's dreams or ambitions? Like, what if he had all the monies and stuff, what would he want to do?
Own a country.
Own a whole country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah. What would Salvazar do if he was over a country?
Destroy the lower part of where I've been grown up in, and
Like
then rebuild that.
So pretty much wipe out the old guard and build it up to where it's like safe.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. That's what you were trying to say, but not like that. Yeah. All right. What are some of Salvazar's fears? Doesn't have to be his greatest one, or like spiders or something, but
Possessed creepy things?
so pretty much what y'all have been fighting, he's been like, oh god.
Not like that, but I mean like inanimate objects.
Ah, like dolls and stuff, or artwork. Yeah. Yeah. Is that a little bit also from Noah as well?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. That's okay. Those things are creepy.
Yeah, I mean, I say cockroaches because Leah's afraid of cockroaches.
All right, so same question that I asked Amore. Does Salvazar prefer camping, inn hopping, or staying in one place for a little bit of time?
Inn hopping.
Inn hopping, because he gets to see different places.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to be outside where it's a little more dangerous.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then if I'm being tracked, I can go different places instead of having one big place.
Like a big open field or woods and stuff. You could have more hiding spots. Yeah. Do you trust your current employer, Shay?
No.
Do you trust Gamora?
Yes.
Do you trust Pac?
No.
Do you trust Omi?
I think you might have trusted Pug before you said what you said earlier.
No. No, I don't.
Definitely not Omi.
Yeah.
All right.
She got some ties.
So you encountered Mushak like a couple weeks ago, and she had said like she's not doing what your all's hometown wants you all to do. Do you trust her?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does Salvazar see the world in terms of right or wrong, or some in between?
Some in between.
Okay, so this is the last question for Salvazar, and I'll since you interjected a word for Gamora, I'll let her go first on yours. But what is one word for an emotion that sums up Salvazar?
I said conniving.
Yeah. And so that people don't get the wrong definition.
Yeah.
The definition you were specifically looking at was...
It was, from... Can I say where it's from?
Yeah.
From dictionary.com. It just said to cooperate, secretly conspire.
That's...
I would say, like, solitary. Also.
Yeah. That's a good summation of, to put up some walls to feel safe and stuff. All right. Do y'all have any questions for me about world building or anything?
No.
I mean, no.
One question I thought y'all would ask is, where did I find Paludas? Because that is a real mythical creature, is a Paluda. A porcupine-like dragon.
Okay, where did you find Paludas?
No, you didn't have to ask me. I was going to answer it myself. So, like, if you go, like, search for lists of mythical creatures and stuff like that, I forget where Paludas are, and I'm going to look it up right now. But they, like, there's all kinds of mythical creatures that I'd never heard of before and stuff that are just super crazy. And so the Paluda is also sometimes called the Shaggy Beast.
Okay.
Even though it's porcupine-like.
Yeah, I was like, what is it, Shaggy?
Or the Lavelu, which is French for the hairy one. Because it's like, it's just crazy. So it was medieval France was a thing. So it's just crazy.
Okay.
All right, so that brings us to the end of this episode of Aerde Talks. On the next episode of Aerde Talks, we'll dive deeper into orientations, gender, and sex organs in Aerde and also in Earth, or on Earth. But let's take care of some housekeeping. Our adventures encounter magical items, and I want to invite everyone to visit patreon.com/Looney Studios. The link is in the description. On the front page of that, there's a link to a Google form where anyone can submit an idea for a magical item. Anyone can do this. You don't have to be a patron. You can do this anonymously or put your name or username on it to receive credit if we use it. Please add to the list. This is one of Noah's favorite in-game activities, and Leah is like frenemies with doing it.
Yeah.
So many different magical items that could be out there. While you're there, also check out Looney Studios Patreon. If you become a patron, you can gain access to this podcast early, among other perks. And speaking of the Patreon, I would like to thank two of our patrons, Katrina and Renee. Thank you for supporting Looney Studios and Aerde Tales. Looney Studios can be found at looneystudios.com and at the social media platforms listed in the description. Please give a review on your favorite podcasting site, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and submit magical items on our Patreon. The Looney family hopes that you have a wonderful day. That was a Looney Studios podcast.